The following is a quote by Rainbow Eagle in 1998. There can be an emergence of a youthful, childlike spirit that swells up within each one of us, which redirects our focus. Intention setting and manifesting new life dreams sometimes go hand in hand. As we each work on what we want, we can look to the philosophy of the power behind intention setting to guide us. It seems that if we invest the right sorts of energy, that perhaps we could define and form the ideal life of our dreams in very finite ways. Then, shielded by a sense of inner understanding, we could then embark on the pathways to change. Therefore, setting intentions became a sort of roadmap of life, beside which we could continually compare the patterns of actions we took and the experiences we encountered with the life of our dreams because of these actions. This provided the creatively building the foundation for allowing ourselves to many varied possibilities. Intention setting is sort of like playing at creating our dreams. We dare to go within and imagine how it would feel to experience the reality of our dreams prior to them ever coming to fruition. We might delight in the most wonderful qualities of that life dream and imagine the more minute aspects. This reveling and developing and building an intention helps us to reach creative pathways by drawing from a much deeper and more fluidly imaginative subconscious level. Plus, we have a better chance of finding the path that we desire if we find clarity within first. Often the road ahead is laid by how well we draw upon the breathy, open path of possibilities and abide by the calling of our heart's desire day by day. When we really know what we want, the road becomes easier too when we make decisions based on that clarity. Intention setting is sort of a refinement process that begins with a deep desire for change. Then, as we gain clarity, we start to spiral down into the core of what it is that we want and whether anything we are doing is prohibiting us from our dreams. Then we begin the process of purging the unneeded and propagating the lovely and desirable as we grow toward living very beautifully. It can be scary at first to try and set an intention because it means moving through a plethora of options and subsequent experiences that help clarify what we want by teach us more about what we like or don't like. Sometimes it takes living through something and immersing ourselves in an experience before we have a sense of whether we truly want something or not. This process of intuiting our path can become a tremendously intense, engaging and wishful game. When we realize the world is full of potential, doorways suddenly open wide for us, allowing us to dream and live within the testing grounds of life. By imagining and feeling our way through experiences, we identify the attractions that exist for us, and then we have the chance to spend time afterwards reflecting on how it felt, whether it was something we wanted to do again and how we would thereafter progress. It becomes an act of engaging one's mind, body and spirit while observing the changes in the ever-morphing and newly forming reality. Through open observation, alert and gracious embodiment, we come to define the right direction, if we allow ourselves to be moved by our hearts, moment by moment. When working to set intentions, each moment has the potential to become a curious and hopeful game. Especially when we can play into the dream space of creation, experiencing each moment like a child playing pretend, because we get to live an experience and feel it for real without all the painfully serious expectations. It is paramount to stay truly joyful and embrace each of the blessings we are creating our own life dreams without the affiliated fear over doing it right or getting there in a timely fashion. It is the lived experience between here and there that defines the intention and not solely the attached expectation of completion. In fact, if we take things too seriously, we can start to suffer in the process. A band called Megadeth put it so well when they said in the lyrics of their song "A Tout Le Monde Don't Remember Where I Was, I realized life was a game. The more seriously I took things, the harder the rules became. I had no idea. My life passed before my eyes." The idea is to creatively play within the testing grounds of reality without creating painful obligations that cause us pain and misery. Yet, though it can be a blessing to live in this state of carefree play involved in forming and testing our desired pathways, There are always challenges to meet along the way that we will have to live through. It is kind and empathetic to consider, for example, that we are all mutually parts of the same web of being and that we impact each other by our wishes and behaviors during this mutual experience of life and the decisions and choices we make.